welcome to a very special edition of the MakeCode Advanced stream, where we're going to be throwing away our usual format and instead gathering around the crackling fire, crackle, 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 as we open the age-worn pages of the legend of MakeCode. Starring Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forums.
Daryl, at Darzu on the MakeCode forum.
Hassan, at Hassan on the MakeCode forum.
Joey, at J1Drill on the MakeCode forum.
Shannon, at Shakao on the MakeCode forums.
Oh no, Joey, you're sitting too close to the fire. Back away, back away. And as I hinted at, today is very special because we're doing something that was a suggestion from one of our forum users, Dobix, who is also hopefully here today. And he requested that we draw all of ourselves in a variety of mythical RPG sprites. And so we're going to have kind of a chill stream today where we're just going to be drawing a bunch of pixel arts of ourselves as, you know, characters in a RPG. And so I think we should just like go around the table and all of us should give an intro of the job that we were assigned by Dobix. And please use character voices. All right. I am Richard, the heavy armored knight with a big hammer.
I am Darzu, a cat whisperer with 2 to 4 attack cats.
I am Hassan, a light armor knight with possibly a broadsword. We'll see.
I'm Joey. I got a Corgi, so that makes me feel like I should just use my normal voice, ideally in the future. And I'm a hunter with a bow.
I am Shannon, a map wizard, I think.
Thank you, Vivian. Gold star.
Well,
also, bear with us if there are any technical difficulties today because we're trying a new setup. Vivian is in control and she's showing, hopefully you can see all of us at the same time instead of just one of us coding. And she's going to be switching between cameras as we all, you know, draw our versions of ourselves. And other than that, we haven't really figured out how we're going to do this. What do you guys want to do? Should we just all like start drawing? And
oh man. 16 pixels is not a lot, but I will try.
And I already.
We got a question in the chat or a request to share tips on pixel art, especially when you have like 16 by 16 or 32 by 32 because you have more room for detail. So tips on slightly larger canvases versus like 8 by 8.
Vivian, chat says
yeah.
you're muted.
Hi, Jacob. Thank you for letting me know. Oh man. Okay. Cool. Everything's perfect now. Thank you. I'm not.
Cool. All right, and I already cheated and got started. And originally I was going to erase this and start over, but now I like it too much. So I'm a knight, and I got a big hammer, and I have a dragon who's on my shoulder who is named Garbage Can.
I think we need some close-up shots of Garbage Can too.
I'll make some flying sprites for Garbage Can.
Excellent. Oh yeah, we gotta do animations too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Let's tune in to Daryl. Darzu. Daryl, we're watching your stream now. How's it going?
Good. I'm trying to, you know, capture the hair of a cat whisperer / mine. Yeah, you know, I don't know how it's going yet. I'm not sure about the brown and black shading. I think I might switch to brown and purple shading.
What would you say the characteristics of a cat whisperer's hair are compared to regular hair?
Well, you know, I've only ever met myself. So, you know, I don't know. I think sort of disorderly. We'll go with that for now.
And would you
Maybe
say that's?
I was gonna say maybe there should be a cat, in the hair. Actually,
I love that.
I
I'm an
hope-
unbiased reporter, but I love that idea.
actually, it kind of looks like an upside down cat right now. If you sort of look at it, I think I'm gonna turn that into a cat.
Yeah, I also hope you realize that we are expecting you to name all of these cats.
Oh yeah, they will be named. Don't worry.
We have. Sorry. Breaking news hot from the presses, but not the presses because we're the news. We have Dobix coming in the chat saying that if we want, we can make them 24 by 24, which I think is very nice.
Oh, yay, that's great, because I kind of went to the bounds on my 16 by 16, so I might bump it up to 24 by 24 so I can do the walking animation.
All right, let's all do 24 by 24.
I'm not sure how much it'll help me, to be honest, but I appreciate it.
Okay, well, with that, I think we gotta see what's going on with Hassan. So
I just erased what I was doing before.
Oh,
I
just
didn't-
kid. Yeah, let's see. What's on your mind, Hassan?
I'm trying to build a light armor person, and I wanted this color to be the armor. And I just started building the torso, and then I'm like, I don't think they should be facing forward. It feels like the equivalent of like a T pose with 3D models. But also like moving them in 3D space and drawing that is a harder task than just when they're directly facing me. So you gotta think about it a little bit.
I have a question for those of you at home who may not know, including me. What is the difference between a light armor and a heavy armor person?
I think it's just the amount of armor they wear. Like with a heavy armor person, it's more like a suit that you get into. Mm-hmm. With light armor, you're gonna protect more of the vulnerable bits. So you'll have like a chest piece, you'll have a shoulder piece, you'll probably have something for your forearms, something they're called van braces. You'll have some protecting your quads, possibly some protecting your shins, and maybe something for your feet as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll probably also be wearing some lighter armor underneath that's more flexible and movable. So I don't know, probably like leather armor underneath, and then like the metal armor on top.
I see. So
That's
you're
my definition of light armor, though. I don't know if that's correct.
So you would be a subset of Richard.
I would say no, because the light armor has different qualities, right? Light armor infantry is going to be a lot faster, but they're not going to be able to deal as much or take as much damage as Richard. So we're a lot less tankier, but the mobility is quite useful.
I see. So, what would you say that you provide to our adventuring crew?
I would say I'm slightly more armored, so I can like take some hits. I can get in close to the enemy party. I can deal some damage and start distracting them, while the other members of our party who take more time get into position and get ready.
I see. Cool.
I would say he's like a general all-arounder,
Mm-hmm. You're well balanced round.
I hope to not be too round, but yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for, your contributions to this adventuring team. I wish you luck on your adventure at starting over. Good luck. We'll tune in again soon to Hassan. Now, I see something interesting happening over the side. We gotta check out Shannon's stream. Hi, Shannon. You're live on MakeCode Arcade Live. What's new with you?
I'm making a wizard, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have the face and like a robe and a hat. And I was just trying to put stars on it. I don't think they look very good, but I'm just gonna keep going.
I think it's beautiful. What would you say your strengths as a wizard are?
So wizards are magic users, which is a big strength. I think if you use magic, it means you're also mostly like ranged, so you can fight from a distance, maybe. And it's easier to counter other magic attacks with magic. I can like anti-magic with my spells.
So would you say it's kind of like a weight? Like each wizard is a new weight, and then we gotta just make sure that our weight is heavier than theirs to win?
I would say it's exactly like that.
Okay. Shannon, how many wizards do you think you could take on?
I feel like it would depend, you know? Like, I feel like as a math wizard, I have like a pretty good grasp on the math side of things. So I could take on maybe multiple, no, this was a bad direction. I don't want to make any value judgments about different subjects. I think I could take on, as someone who has a full grasp of all the different basic operations, I could take on like 2 addition wizards or like, 3 subtraction wizards.
I'm not a wizard, but I would say, speaking from an unknowledgeable point of view, that the greatest weakness of a math wizard might be that you could never make parts be equal to more than the sum of their whole. Because you'd be like, that does not add up.
This is true.
What are you most excited about drawing for your math wizard?
I don't really know. I feel like I should add more things, but I don't really know what. Maybe just like additional sparkles.
I love it.
Yeah. I like the hat. I feel like the hat is the most important quality of a wizard.
I like the hat too.
Controversial.
Richard, what would you say the most important quality of a wizard is?
Like the number of spells you know.
So even if they didn't have a hat, but they knew like 10 spells, you would be like, that's a better wizard than one with a very good pointy hat with like stars all over it.
Well, it's like up to like 10 spells, yeah, the hat's gonna win. But once you know like 12 spells, I mean, the hat just can't compete with that, it gets you a head start. But,
start.
knowing more spells at the end of the day is what, makes you a super good wizard.
Shannon, what are your favorite spells to use as a wizard?
Well, specifically as a math wizard, it would be pick random. Yep.
What's the most random thing you've ever picked?
But
I just gotta say real quick, guys, I'm loving newscaster Vivian.
I always wanted to be a journalist. I thought it'd be very fun. 2019, I didn't have a New Year's resolution, but I had a New Year's theme, which was follow-up questions 2019, which just gave me an excuse to ask more questions when like normal people would stop, and it was great. So I'd ask the follow-up questions and they go, follow-up questions 2019, and then nobody could question my follow-up questions. Back to you, Shannon.
Thanks. Vivian, I have a follow-up question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
What's your favorite spell?
As seeing a professional math wizard at work in our team, or just like walking around seeing people and wizards?
From in day to day.
Day to day. I would say boiling water, pretty useful. Some people have machines for this, but it's instant, and I'm thinking probably not very fuel efficient, but where the fuel is electricity. So, being able to boil water out of anything, pretty cool. I also like changing the color of things. Very cool also. You're walking around, you're like calling up your friend, and you're like, oh, I'm the big blue house on the right at the end of the street. And then they're coming in, and then you realize, oh my gosh, my house isn't blue, it's actually green. Not to worry, math with color wizard can fix that. Shannon, what's just this transformation?
Oh, I was like, I'm trying to add arms.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought you were very
Oh.
buff.
That could also be.
Okay, but
I don't
viewers
know.
oh, sorry, go Shannon.
Oh, sorry. Go.
You're gonna be ripped away from the stage, so you better just get in what you want to say.
Oh, no. Rip away.
Oh no, okay. Well, at home, don't leave your seats yet because who knows where Shannon's wizard will be working out next. So, stay tuned. We're going to head over to something interesting, which is Joey's screen. Joey, you're live. Talk to me. How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Oh, nice. Hi.
I'm drawing. I basically finished drawing my person because that doesn't matter anymore, and I'm drawing the corgi now. So I started drawing the walking. If you notice, these ones look similar for the corgi, but I had to make it so, since I have much longer legs than the corgi, they have stumpy legs, so they have to walk twice as much to move a little bit. So I have to double all all the corgi animations to fit my walk cycle, I think.
Yeah.
But I got my little walking.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, I missed the exit. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Okay, we're back at Joey. Okay, sorry. What's going on with your hair?
That's just hair. I guess my hair kind of goes down a little bit when it gets longer, so I just have one extra pixel of brown hair.
Can you come in closer to the camera? Okay, I see it. I appreciate your dedication to realism. What inspired you for this corgi?
I've seen a lot of corgis before, so I know what a corgi looks like. What inspired me was all of the corgis that I spend all day looking at. So it's nice and orange and toasted. It's very small.
But Joey, don't corgis come in many colors like orange and brown and tan? Why did you pick an orange corgi?
Because they're all sunshiny and nicely, not quite toasted yet. But we can always switch them around. So let's see. We probably don't want to use all that black because that would mess with that one. But here you go. You can get a nicely toasted corgi like that. Very easy to swap around.
Okay, I think we have Joey on record advocating the toasting of corgis.
And
Chat says maybe your corgi should be another sprite to move around and let it attack enemies.
yeah, I was thinking about that earlier, and that might be good too. I'll see about separating it out in a minute.
Oh, you don't want to do it live?
I can do it live.
Okay, now as you're doing some, precise surgery, let me ask you some questions. What is your favorite color?
I like purple. Purple's a good color.
Wait,
Yes.
sorry. Oh, what is your favorite fruit?
Raspberries are fruit. Yes, they are my favorite. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I took a second to make sure that I knew in my heart that raspberries are a fruit, and they are in fact fruit.
Yeah, framboise. Framboise? Framboise? Joey.
Framboises.
Oh, nice. Joey, can you share with our viewers any tips and tricks you have for corgi or ownership?
You got to pet them a lot and make sure that they run around a lot. That's important. They have small legs, so they have to run a lot to get a little bit around.
So you want to make sure that they wear out their legs mileage?
Yeah, because otherwise they're going to just be running around all day in the house.
That makes sense. And how many corgis are you making?
Well, now that I'm doing it in separate sprites, it might be dozens. I might have a herd. I did see a video a few days ago of 30 corgis running around in the snow, and it made me very jealous of whoever had like 30 corgis running around in the snow, because they were all walking in a line, and then each one like independently would turn back every couple seconds to be like, is my owner still there? And it's like, I want to be the person that they're looking at.
That's adorable.
That's amazing.
San Francisco has, I think, like a corgi gathering every summer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's corgi races somewhere around here. There's a horse racing track where they let the corgis run across, and so that's interesting to see.
Oh, are they fast?
I mean, they run. They try.
Guys, guess how high off the ground a corgi can jump?
Surprisingly high.
8 inches. Said 8 inches.
It's 12 inches, according to the first internet search result.
That's so low.
I feel like that is surprisingly high, given the height of a corgi.
It's like 5 of their legs.
I thought they would have like a lot of spring power in them. You know, it's like wound up and then.
They got a lot of weight holding them down too, though. With
Are-
all their fluff.
So I think the real test is what happens if you shave a corgi and then, you know, let it jump.
You go to jail.
Oh no.
It's not okay.
This is great. Well, thanks, Joey, for tuning in. We'll tune into you soon. Next up, let's see. We haven't seen Richard's screen in a while, and he seems to be moving blocks. Richard, what's the scoop?
I'm working on my movement right now.
Mm-hmm.
So let me slow this down. So there you can see me running with a hammer.
That's amazing. Wow.
I haven't drawn garbage can movement yet, though.
I like how your shoulders move back and forth.
Thank you.
What do you think is the cause of that?
I like to shimmy.
Where did you get your hammer from?
Lowe's.
Do you feel very attached to your hammer, or is it one of those situations where it's like any hammer will do, even the worst hammer you can make art out of?
At least as long as I'm hammering something, I'm happy, you know?
Okay, makes sense. We have a comment from Dobvik saying that 1, this looks great, and 2, the hat kind of reminds them of that lumberjack cap. I don't know which cap that is. Do you?
Did I wear a lumberjack cap at some point?
I don't know. I was hoping you would know. Anyway, is this the hat?
Did I do garbage can as a separate sprite, or like in my walking animation? Because on the one hand, it would be nice to have him separate. On the other hand, he would never leave my side.
What does garbage can provide for your relationship?
Companionship, occasional fire blasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Love.
Oh, okay. Others feel free to chime in, but I would say garbage can should be its own sprite because garbage can chooses to be by your side, not because it is forced to be.
Okay.
Richard, I have a question.
Yes.
What tips do you have for viewers to get such defined abs like yours?
Draw your fantasy when you were drawing pixel art. And I guess do lots of crunches.
But aren't crunches just lazy sit-ups? What's the point of crunches?
Some say that, but I had to do both of them for the presidential fitness exam, so Oh,
Well, they actually made you do the presidential fitness exam?
yeah.
Wow. I didn't know they still did that.
Swimming's fun and can help, but you don't have to actually swim. You can just like go back and forth.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going to tune into Joey because I have more. Wait, actually, I have some more swimming questions. So
Okay.
how are you using your abs while you're swimming? Because when I swim, I just use my legs. Don't use arm strength. Don't use abs. Just like a propeller at the back of a boat.
You just use your like. Are you holding on to like one of the
Well,
boards?
okay,
or
like I use my arms, but they're not like pushing or anything. They're just like, oh, I guess I'll, so they don't get in the way.
something? Okay. Well, I mean, you're using it the whole time just to keep yourself flat is one thing, right? It might not feel like it, but you kind of are. If you do breaststroke or butterfly, you'll use it a ton. And same with freestyle, which is the normalish way to swim. You are still twisting your body the whole time, and that's mainly coming from your core. So that helps. And same with backstroke too. So basically, just however you swim, you're going to be using it some way. You just might not feel it as much.
Maybe that will be my New Year's resolution for next year. Have a stronger core. Like an apple. Now, let's tune into Daryl. Richard, good luck with your dragon. We'll tune in soon. I hope it is...
Vivian, he has a name.
I feel bad. Okay, where would you say the origin of garbage came from? Where does that
Beautiful name.
Is it a familial name?
It's what would be on his birth certificate, on his government issued ID.
Do people call him GC for short?
If they know him well.
Do you think? Okay, I'm sorry. I'll call garbage can by garbage can. See you and garbage can soon. Now tuning in to Darzu. Darzu, how's it going?
Yo, it's going well. Let me show you what I got. So this is Darzu, the cat whisperer. You can see there's a sleeping cat on Darzu's head, and I've got a feather toy. Favorite way to get cats. If you hit A cat comes run over. So you can get a bunch of little cats. They'll come to you, and if you get too far from them, they'll sort of follow you. They eventually just group up. Got to fix that. But yeah, you can see all the cute little cats coming.
Wow.
So I gotta work on some animations, and then the cat's gotta do some attacks.
What attacks are you thinking?
Probably a good old biting two claw, and maybe some pouncing, some ferocious growls. We'll see.
I'm so excited. What are your favorite things about cats?
They're very fuzzy, and they don't typically smell as bad as dogs. I like dogs too, but if we're comparing, there's some good things cats got going for them. They're not very needy most of the time, although that's not always true. Yeah, I don't know. They're cool. They're like little tigers. Got wild cats that do awesome things in the world, and then house cats are like just miniature versions of them, still just as ferocious.
Does your cat whispering also lend itself to like lion whispering or tiger whispering?
I think that only comes when you level up in the RPG.
Sure, yeah, I like it. Then there's a place to go. And for those of us at home who don't know, what's the difference between a lion and a tiger?
They look different. They have different habitats.
Oh.
They're different. They're just like different animals.
But like
When you say lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, lions come first and tigers come second.
Sure. What are their habitats?
Wow, put me on the spot. So, I mean, lions are like, quintessentially kind of on the African continent. I don't know if there's many lions outside of there. Tigers, there's some in Russia, there's some in India, there's some on the African continent. Lions hunt as packs in prides, and got the big manes, or the male ones do. Tigers are pretty solitary as far as I can tell.
How would you describe their personality differences?
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting many tigers or lions, so I can't really say.
Oh, it would not be a pleasure.
Well, are you in garbage can against tigers and lions? What is this animosity?
I'm not, but garbage can, and sometimes I'm just like, whoa, garbage can, quit. But
Oh, sorry, Daryl. I have a follow-up garbage can question. Where does garbage can's fire come from?
His heart.
I see. Powered by blood?
He's got like one of those gas stacks. It's right next to his heart.
Sure, I see. Gas powered. Make sure there's always you got to check to see if there's fire coming out, and if not, throw a match in there. Don't want to poison garbage can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who would want to poison garbage can? Why would you even say that?
I'm just
that's messed
garbage
up.
can poisoning garbage can. Daryl, what did you just do?
What?
Oh, sorry. I saw GitHub.
Oh, I was gonna upload it to GitHub, but I'm in an incognito window, so I'm not signed in.
I've got garbage can flying now, by the way, if you want to see that.
Yeah, I'll tune in. Bye, Daryl. To Richard. Wait, let me bring it.
Look it down.
Oh my gosh. What a majestic beast.
He is majestic.
At what age did garbage can learn to fly?
I think like 3 months.
What is the expected?
He's 2 years old now, but in garbage can years, that's like. I guess dragons live for a really long time, so it's like a second. But he's wise beyond his years.
Sure. So is garbage a subspecies of dragons? Or
no, I meant dragon years.
okay, sure. Where does garbage can have to go from here? Already learned to fly at the ripe old age of 1 second. It seems like it's difficult. What else? What else is there?
He's pretty small. He could get much bigger. He does a little fire blast right now. You could do a really big fire blast. Maybe I'll animate that too.
Well,
first I gotta make him follow me around.
Well, I'm rooting for garbage can. Let's tune in to somebody we haven't seen for a while. Hassan, how's it going?
Hello.
Hello.
I have drawn various little knights. My attempt at drawing. So this is my light armor person with an outline. This is like the front view. You can see here the white spots are where the heavier armor is, and like the lighter color spots are going to be like the lighter armor, so like leather, so on and so forth. So I have like leather for the face and so on and so forth. I also drew Ace. Yes.
So light armor people also wear heavy armor.
Yeah, but it doesn't cover them entirely. So you'll have like heavier pieces of armor on like the shoulders and like the arm, like the forearms, and you want something covering your knees and probably your quads, maybe your shins.
That sounds like all the parts. Okay, would it be easier to name the parts you aren't covering?
So often it's like the pieces are not they're not like connected. So like between the gaps of where you have armor, you'll have like, you know, much lighter armor underneath. Though I might be thinking of like a mixed kind of light heavy armor, but like that's, I guess, just my interpretation of this character. But so like you don't want armor covering the joints, for example, just because it will make it a lot easier for you to move, and you'll be able to move a lot faster because the armor is not weighing you down versus something like that completely covers you, like a suit of armor.
But you're covering your knees.
Yeah, I'm not sure I should be covering my knees.
I see.
Because I guess it's like one thing to have light armor in your head. It's another thing to like how would it actually function? But yeah, so right now it's just like shoulders. Like I'm imagining it's like, you know how skateboarders wear knee pads?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. It's just like, you know, like armor where it's like it has a leather strap and it like ties around the knee, but it still lets you bend the knee and run around while hopefully protecting your knee from a stray arrow, because that will end your adventuring days.
Yep. Unless, you know, if you're super ingenuitous, you can make a machine.
Yeah. And you can see, this is the side profile. And this is holding a great sword of sorts. I also drew an outline. Go ahead.
What is your sword's name?
Oh. I don't know. I don't think I gave my sword a name. And what would my sword's name be?
Don't swords have to have like, or like all the great swords have great names, and yours is a great sword.
I would like to think that my sword is, I would prefer if my sword was sentient and had its own name. I am still trying to commune with the sword, but I have not yet achieved the feat.
Sure. Okay. So
you can see I haven't like, I just put the character in a background. They're like super teeny tiny because the background's huge. And the next thing I was going to do was try and make an animation, and I've like never made an animation before. So I didn't know I was supposed to start with an image and then animate it, or if I was supposed to like create a new asset that is an animation.
Yeah, you can copy it using the copy button. And then
if you click advanced under animations, there will be a block with an animation editor on it, and you can just do it all in there.
Wait, advanced where? Before I create the animation or while I'm creating it?
Before. I'm in the blocks view, I mean. Or are you doing it all in assets?
Oh, I was doing it in assets. I don't know.
Oh, fancy.
I mean, I haven't done it either way, so like, you know, I was wondering, it'd be nice if I could take a drawing and then make that the base for an animation.
If you go into one, just Control A and Control C will copy it, and you can Control V to paste it.
Let's do that. Oh yeah, the marquee does select everything. That's pretty dope. And then if I just make this the right size. Oh, not pink. I want to.
Nice.
Do they feel centered to you, or is that just slightly off center? Oh well.
I think it's the weight of the sword makes it seem off center. You know, it's like center of mass.
Yeah. So like it'd be actually like further out here if you were doing center of mass.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you can make individual frames, and so you can copy the previous frame. And oh man, I gotta make them walk.
Yeah. What would you say is proper swording technique?
Well, it depends on the sword. Like you can only see from the side right now, but they are using two hands because this is a gigantic sword, and you will not be able to wield it with one hand. It acts as both shield and sword, given its, you know, massive nature.
Oh. How would you use it as a shield?
Well, you can certainly block attacks with this. Like if you're facing someone else with a sword, it has a large enough surface area that you don't have to be entirely too accurate at where you place the sword to kind of push blows away. And it has enough mass that once you get it in the right place, it'll be difficult for people who are using lighter weapons to move the sword out of the way.
I see.
Yeah, this I wouldn't consider this like, I wouldn't consider it like, like for example, there's like samurai swords, but those are also massive, but they tend to be a lot like sharper and they're a lot more about slicing. But the broadsword, it's probably going to be double-edged, and I think I would end up using it more as like a kind of chopping, in a chopping way versus fine accuracy, slice and dice, and so on and so forth.
Hassan, if you were to use an onomatopoeia for the slicing noise and onomatopoeia for the chopping noise, what would they be? Just, so we can have a full sensory experience.
A slicing noise. What does a slicing noise make? I don't know. I feel like the chopping noise would it had to have a lot of like oomph behind it. You know what I mean? Like maybe not like a Batman level bam, but like, yeah, slicing noise. The sword is not that gentle. You know what I mean? So I feel like the slicing noise would be like, I want it to sound like you're chopping wood. Like that is a slicing noise I'd prefer. I don't know if I can make that sound.
Yeah, I need to hear a sound.
Is my attempt.
That was pretty good. Others feel free to chime in with your onomatopoeias.
For what?
A slicing sword noise and a chopping sword noise. For which one is it?
Slicing.
Okay, cool. I can see it. I was like, pretty good slicing, but I don't know if that's a chomp.
And now for chopping?
Yeah.
Swak.
I kind of, question how sharp your sword is if it makes a thwack. It seems like a lot of the energy in the sword has been lost to the sound, and it should be, transferred into the thing you're chopping.
Well, I was assuming chopping, he was like going into like a tree,
Oh, sure.
Because otherwise it would be slicing if it was just going like through.
That's some sound logic from our heavy armor. Oh, as heavy armors and light armors, how would you guys say, your synergy is on the team?
I'm like always looking out for Hassan a little bit, I think, because like, don't get into my category, like keep your armor light, because otherwise we might have a problem.
Sure.
I'm the heavy armor guy,
Okay, and maybe a controversial question, but if you guys were to fight, who do you think would win? Or how do you think it would go?
Well, swords make, hammers make swords. So I just can't imagine sword beating a hammer, Pretty sure science is with me on this one.
Hassan, any rebuke?
God, I would say it depends. Facing someone who has like full armor is quite the difficult task. I'd have to use my mobility if I wish to have any sort of chance in the fight. Worst case scenario, I could use the secret technique of running away. If things and they will have no chance of catching up to me if I decide to flee.
My secret technique, by the way, is I just turtle into my armor.
Yeah, no, that works.
I don't know what that sound was. Okay, Hassan, we have a comment in the chat that says the shape of your person is similar to the shape of a stubby sword. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh man. Yeah, maybe I should have made them wider. But here we are. I think it's like if they were broader, they'd probably favor heavier armor. Seeing as they're so small, they probably went with higher armor just because what they could physically carry. So
yeah. Well, good luck on your walking animations. I hope to see great progress next time we come around to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Next off, we have Shannon. Shannon, how's it hanging?
Hello. It's going. Let's see. Okay. So here's my guy. And I did left and right.
The sparkle.
And then like I was like, maybe you should say something when it's firing a projectile. So I made a list of things. They're plausibly math related, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Could we have a reading of all of them? To add in as a set.
Can't see your screen, so I would love to hear a few.
Okay. So it's factor that, and the order of operations compels you. Destruction squared. Our text thing renders the little Unicode square symbol, and then you can't divide by 0, which I pulled from what Davik said in the chat. If anyone has better or other ideas, I welcome them.
Well, I'd push back on better because it doesn't really seem like there is much,
Yeah, like if
like
there's
nowhere to go.
a number line of how good these are, and each dot was one of these, they'd all be like an infinity. Amazing. Oh, we have a suggestion from chat from Unsigned Arduino. We have PEMDAS rules and fractions will overtake you. I think is PEMDAS the order of operations?
Yeah, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
In the order of operations, you come after me.
Yeah, I haven't done. It just fires a projectile. I was like, maybe the projectile should be math related, but it's a fireball right now.
Shannon, what would you say the most aggressive part of math is?
I feel like it's division. I feel like division is the thing with the most likelihood of going wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like, I will divide you. Or,
yeah.
I'm divisive. Divisive. I just like it's like a karate Kia, but instead of Kia-ing, you're going divisive.
Exactly like that. Yes.
Oh, key up. I just haven't heard the word key up in a long time.
Yep. I'm always trying
That's
to keep.
A real term for it? Sorry, what were you
Key
saying?
up?
I was just saying that I try to keep my karate references sharp, so I'm always at the front of the wave at karate news.
I'm pretty sure it's key up in Taekwondo as well.
Oh.
And that's just the name for the sound you're supposed to say when you do the chop.
No, it's like the yell as you breathe out. Right? It's meant to be forceful. I think it helps you remember to keep breathing. I could be wrong. Because if they don't hear the key up and you go silent, then the instructor knows that you're probably holding your breath. You're not doing things correctly. So,
Hassan, have you done karate?
Yeah, I did Taekwondo when I was at Brown for 2.5 years. In fact, my freshman year, I won a medal by beating all the other beginner heavyweights at Taekwondo.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun.
I feel like this should be factored into your RPG character somehow.
That's why I have light armor. You don't expect the kick to the face until it comes.
The sword is a distraction.
The sword is merely a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
My feet are the real weapons.
Yeah, you should, when you press A to attack, you should throw the sword at them, and then your character should charge forward and kick them in the head.
Oh man, I wonder if I can get a kicking animation. Now let's do my walking animation first. Let's walk before I kick people in the face. Like that seems to be the order of operations.
That's fair.
Shannon. Okay, all right. What's your training regimen as a math wizard?
Man, so definitely the times tables every morning.
How, do you do the 12s?
I try, but it's rough. So on a good day, I get the 12s.
Okay, good to know. There's still places to grow.
Exactly. I have the math version of alphabet soup for every meal. Does alphabet soup have numbers in it?
I don't know.
Just the premium stuff. They cut it out for like the the off-brand.
What would you say the most challenging part of being a math wizard is?
I feel like it's showing your work.
Very important.
Also, integrals.
Very difficult.
Some advanced math wizardry right there.
Shannon. If you had to explain integrals to an 8-year-old, how would you do it?
I don't know if I still remember what an integral is. I feel like
isn't it just
you would just say, shh, you don't need to know this.
But Richard, isn't it an integral part of their education?
Boo!
Don't boo me.
That was so funny. So funny. I don't know. I feel like you could. Do you think you could teach a kid Riemann sums to kind of explain the Riemann sums? It's just like it's like the. It's a
I don't know what you're saying.
You know what? It's a fun word. You should remember that one. That's the only math terms I remember are the fun ones. I think if you wanted to describe integrals, you would just draw like a curve, and then you color in the part underneath and be like, "That's an integral," and then you don't have to say anything more because then that's all you need to know.
Guys, our next game.
There you go.
Integral. I love it. Well, we only have 3 minutes left, so I would like to, do a showcase of everybody's work before we sign off for the day. So, since we're on Shannon, I would like you to reintroduce yourself and talk about, what your major strengths are, what your major weaknesses are, and where you hope to go.
I just finished making my projectile much worse, so I'm glad. So this is the math wizard. They have like a wizard hat, which is important. Better view in the profile, and when the attack is a projectile, and I was also partway through doing like a staff thing. So I think that was in the design spec that the math wizard should like use a staff to cast the fireball. So that is a direction I hope to go in, and I also don't think the projectile looks very good. To fix that. Yeah. Is that all the things?
Yes. Thank you, Shannon / math wizard. We appreciate your contributions to this team. Next up the line, it's mine. So I didn't have enough time to make an animation, but this is Farmer Vivian. I would say my major strengths are the fact that I have that pointy thing, so it's like really sharp, and the fact that since I'm in a wheelbarrow, I have the potential to go very fast because a wheel is the most efficient shape. My major weaknesses is that somebody has to push me there, and I hope to go where everybody else is going. Otherwise, I'm not getting there. Next up, Richard.
Okay. This is my character. And garbage can. When he starts moving, garbage can comes up, starts flying around. His primary weaknesses are that I did not have time to do an attack animation. his primary strengths are hammer and garbage can.
Mm-hmm. And where do you hope to go?
I guess wherever garbage can is.
Aw, that's beautiful. You know, the heartwarming story of the day. Just as heartwarming.
His other strength is defense.
Yeah. Joey, we have another companion duo. Joey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm starting my herd. So this the orange one's potato, and the purple the gray one is souffle. They have different personalities. Potato runs, but he's aloof, so he just runs past you sometimes. And souffle always follows close, but he jumps because he can jump 1 foot, apparently. And then I guess I got a magic bow because it kind of hides. But then if you look, it'll shoot the bow, and it goes whoosh.
This is amazing.
That's all I got.
Joey,
I don't know why it's still shooting.
Games. Oh, sorry.
Huh? I don't know why it's still shooting.
Wait, what did Shannon say? Okay. And next up we have Daryl.
Hey. So this is Daryl. Darzu, you know, the cat whisperer. Got my little idle animation. And you can, you know, the cat flopping on the head. And I got also a little animation when you summon the cats, little flick of the feather toy. I don't know how to resume the idle animation. I gotta talk to Richard about the character animations package. Can't figure out how to make it work.
There's some bugs in it.
But we'll get there. But yeah, you can see I can, you know, summon cats. So I think, you know, the major strength of Darzu the cat whisperer is all the furry friends, and you know, he's never alone. He's got a lot of companions with a lot of claws. What were the other questions?
Weaknesses and where you hope to go.
I think the weakness is that, you know, I think Darzu is kind of weak on his own, just kind of a regular old person in pants and a t-shirt, and, you know, heavily reliant on the cats to do all the heavy lifting. And where to go? Well, I want to be able to, you know, sick the cats on things. So that's a big to-do item, because right now, you know, the cats, they just all want to play with the toy.
As cats should want to do. Thank you for giving the cats a beautiful life, Daryl. And finally, we have Hassan. Hassan.
Hello. Yeah. I didn't get too far in the animations. I just have some, what's it called? I have one from the front without a sword. I have a side profile with a sword. And I was working on an animation, but you can see it's very choppy right now.
Just like your sword.
No. Yeah, no pun intended. Yeah.
Where do you hope to go as your character?
Oh, where I hope to go with my character?
Yeah.
As in, like, me as the character, or me drawing the character?
You as the character.
Me as the character. Like, I can't.
You're last, Hassan. You knew this question was coming.
I was honestly so wrapped up in trying to get the animation that, like, I was just in animation mode. I guess I want to get my character. The character wants to be more fully fleshed out. Possibly, I want to consider using a shield as well instead of just a sword. Mm-hmm. Maybe continue working on martial arts, but I don't have many animations right now, so.
I love it. You know, so many frontiers for your character to go.
Yeah.
Should we do regular outros still too? Do you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Go ahead. No, you're your host today.
Okay, sure. Thanks everybody for joining us on our pixel art adventure. I hope you learned many things about the differences between tigers and lions, and heavyweights and lightweights, and what an integral is. I'm Vivian. I'm at LibTriffle on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Daryl, at Darzu on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Hassan, at Hassan on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Joey, at J1Daryl on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Richard. I'm Richard on the MakeCode forums.
I'm Shannon. Asha Cow on the MakeCode forums.
And we'll see you guys Monday. Bye.